Hey guys, it's Bob Hansen here, and this co-host from Buffalo After Dark. As you may have noticed from now, we're going to be boarding a plane in 12 hours to go to Kansas City for the Bills-Chiefs game coming up on Sunday. And I honestly cannot express enough of how excited I am to be doing this with you guys, to join you with me on this journey and this possible once-in-a-life opportunity to go to Kansas City and see the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's myself, Tom, and my wife, Brittany. The three of us are going together, and we're going to do a vlog, get some pictures and all that stuff. And we have a lot to discover in our trip. So we can't wait to share that with you guys. And we're looking forward to the trip. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Our flight is at 7 a.m. We're coming in from LaGuardia, which is within east of Long Island. So we're going to be flying off of LaGuardia, which is in direct flight from Long Island to Kansas City, and we'll be there approximately at 9:30 a.m. So with that being said, I can't wait to get the show on the road, and I can't wait to show you everything we have going forward. So it's going to be a hell of a trip, and I can't wait. So with that, we'll see you there, guys. Take care. Okay, so it's 3:22 a.m. in the morning. It is October the 13th. That's the day of our flight. Our flight is in 4.5 hours from now. We're taking off from LaGuardia, and we'll be in Kansas City at 9:30 a.m. So I just want to let you guys know that. My wife and I just woke up, and we're about just ready to go. We're just putting in some last-minute reprieve, and then once we do that, we're going to be walking out the door and be on our way. So can't wait to see you guys, and we look forward to it. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, there it is. We finally made it. Kansas City. There's our board flight, number 74. We're ready to go. There's the seat area. Thank you. What up, y'all? We're in Kansas City. We just landed about 20 minutes ago, and we're just waiting for our buddy Tom Wujek. And once he's here, we'll get our adventure started. And Brittany's here with me.
Hi.
We made it, right?
We made it.
Damn right we did. So we're just sitting here waiting in the airport for Tom, and then once he comes in, he has a tricky situation because he's traveling from Southwest Airlines in Buffalo, and they didn't have direct flight to Kansas City. And our situation was a little different. So we got in indirect flight from LaGuardia instead of JFK to come to Kansas City. So now we're just waiting for him to come in from Southwest. So he has to fly from Buffalo to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Kansas City. It's a complicated story, but he'll manage. He's an adult man. He'll do whatever he wants. And yeah, we're excited to see him again for the first time in, what, 3 years, right? Something like that. So, yeah, we're excited, and we just can't wait for this day to get going. And let's have a good 5 days. All right, guys. We're finally in Kansas City, and look who we found.
Hey, guys.
Woo! What's up, Tom?
Not much, man. All I gotta say is it was a loaded Bills flight in Midway for me, and it was a loaded Bills flight in the KC. And all I can say is thank you, Elmo, for hooking us up with this damn Ford Explorer Limited.
Hell yeah. And then my wife, Brittany, is in the back. There she is. How you doing over there?
Good.
Good? Glad. So the travel was far and wide this morning?
Long day already.
Long day already. It's so long that we just found a dead deer carcass in the middle of the roadway. Yeah, it was already...
Godspeed to the deer.
Yeah, Godspeed to the deer, exactly. But, yeah, so Missouri, like, I gotta tell you, look at this, guys. This is legitimately Kansas City right now. This is Missouri. With all the beautiful fall colors, and they're just blossoming. It is beautiful. And I gotta say, from our experience from a few years ago, it feels like Buffalo already.
Kind of, it is kind of interesting. I mean, it's like the outskirts almost. Like if you go like towards the southern tier and everything. But airport's actually weird. It's like 45 minutes outside of the city, so we got a little bit of a ways to go before we get anywhere today. So.
Hell yeah.
But we got a nice, comfortable car to go with. So.
Yeah. So. And the goal right now is we're basically just going to be hanging out together for the next 4 or 5 hours because neither of our hotels are ready for us around till like after 3. So we're all gonna hang out. We're gonna go to downtown Kansas City and obviously go to the Cabela's hunting store or whatever and see what they got. And apparently they have a really nice display of like stuff that you can look at and stuff. And it's like one of the best Cabela stores in the country supposedly. So we're gonna see if that theory is right.
Yeah, I mean, last I heard, it's one of the largest. I mean, it's more than triple the size of the one in Buffalo, so it'd be pretty cool. But it's a good way to kill a couple hours at least, or a little bit. Plus, there's places we can stop and eat. So
yeah, I don't think I've ever been to the one in Buffalo, but I don't think I've ever been in one ever. I don't think you have either.
Well, think about it this way. Well, we'll stop in here, and plus we have Bass Pro Shops right next to the hotel. So
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, got some good stuff going on. But yeah, it's like a really nice day out right now.
Oh yeah.
Nice comfortable ride down this interstate. And it's good.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it is a beautiful countryside over here. Like, there's a lot of like trees and bushes. It's really pretty. I mean, I'm done.
At an airport smack in the middle of like nowhere.
Yeah.
As soon as we left the airport, it's been desolate.
Kind of reminds me of driving through Tennessee, like on the way from Nashville to Buffalo in a way.
Oh, I love Tennessee.
Yeah, a little bit. A lot less cars.
Yeah.
A lot less cars, a lot less people. But no, Tennessee was really, really nice because Britt and I went last year just to kind of do it as like a little getaway. And I kept telling her, I freaking love Tennessee. I'm at the point where I just want to move there. Kind of just escape Long Island. I mean, I love Long Island. It's holds a special. What? You don't like Long Island? Yeah, I know how you feel. And Tom, I think, has a special place for Buffalo as well. I mean, so we'll have a different aspect. I mean, Brittany's different, obviously, but so. But I want to move to Tennessee. I want to move into the country. I want to move into kind of just retire, get a little log cabin, and just kind of just enjoy the rest of my days. And I think Tom wants to do that with his future at some point. But no, but right now I'm just enjoying the ride. I mean, we're just in this together. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, just jumping on I-435 here, and we shouldn't be too far out. And looks like we still got about a good 11 miles before we get off our next exit. So.
Yeah, so we should be good to go by that point. And tomorrow morning, we have to get up again early. And it's the only time we do it throughout the whole 5 days is we're going to St. Louis in the butt crack of dawn starting tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. I love the room in this car. I really like it. It's a good road trip car.
Hell yeah. I would get it if I wanted it. Which, I mean, I'll look into it at some point.
You know, leather seats for like a standard SUV for an rental place, you can't beat that.
No, not at all.
They hooked us up.
Hell yeah. So I am in the middle of Kansas City, Kansas. And we were at the Cabela store. And there's a sailboat in the middle of the pond. It's random. And then on top of all that, we're standing behind the magnificent monarch statues of these deer. And of course, Tom is just a wandering dinosaur. Man, that is a big set. There's like everything on here. Yeah.
That were on the flight, and they were talking about the Bills, and they were talking about the Sabres too. It was funny. The girl, it was like the one was like, "Yeah, you know your hockey, don't you?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
That's amazing. So this is the Smokehouse Barbecue in Kansas City, and we are actually here for lunch. Tom is picking out whatever he wants, and Brittany's doing the same thing, as well as I. And I'm looking forward to it. So we'll tell you what it is all about. All right, let's see.
Throw a little extra sauce on there.
Bottoms up.
Good stuff. A little bit extra.
That's freaking good. That is freaking amazing.
Good sauce.
I mean, it's absolutely delicious. I will say that. Food porn.
Yeah.
What would you rate it though, Tom?
It's really good. I like it. And actually, that sauce is like really good.
It actually is really good.
Yeah, I like that.
Texas toast is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I'll give it that. Look at this thing. Jim Beam. Kansas City Cheese Edition. This thing's insane. Well, good morning, everybody. And we are just at the pit stop here at QT in Columbia, Missouri. And what are you having for breakfast, Tom?
Well,
You're having a burrito?
yeah, it's brisket, egg, and cheese. Only thing I wish is I would have had hot sauce on it, but it still was good smoked brisket.
Yeah. And what are you having, Britt?
I thought it was a chocolate chip muffin, but it's a blueberry muffin, but it's still tasty.
I'm glad.
And I got a...
Yeah, there you go. Iced coffee. Wifey gets iced coffee all the time. So yeah, we're just enjoying the sandwich before we go on the road. And we are going to spend the day in St. Louis. And our first stop is in an hour and 50 minutes away from here. We are in Columbia. And we'll be on the road for a little while longer. We're going to St. Louis. And our first stop is going to be at the St. Louis Zoo at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then later we're going to the Budweiser factory. And then we're going to end the day on a tour of the Gateway Arch. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, we'll catch up in a bit. Well, we made it, guys. The St. Louis Zoo. We're going to have a good time here. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
All right, let's go do it. Let's have some fun in the zoo. All right. We are now about to enter the St. Louis Zoo. And it is 10 to 9. And we're about to go in. Let's go have some fun. So this is called the Magshan Pit Viper.
It's a really cool color.
And it's staring.
Oh, it is a lot.
There's more in there. Donkey. After 2 hours and 30 minutes at the St. Louis Zoo, the gang and I decided that we would leave the zoo approximately around 11:30, quarter to 12, to go to our next stop, which is at the Budweiser factory, which is the equivalent to Disneyland, but for beer. And let me tell you, this thing was huge. And we actually got an opportunity to meet the Clydesdale horses with a VIP tour, and it was one of the coolest experiences I'll never forget.
Here comes the king, here comes the big number one. Budweiser beer, the king is second to none. Just say Budweiser, you've said it all. Here comes the king of beer, so lift your glass, let's hear
Cheers,
it
guys.
call.
To a hell of an experience. The final part of our trip for St. Louis was, of course, the best for last, getting all the way to the top of the Gateway Arch. This thing was probably one of the most claustrophobic things I've ever been a part of. The elevator was basically built from the 1950s, and it's literally like the small size of a small crate. And it's, basically pulled up by pulleys, and the pulleys are made out of metal. And it fits up to 5 people per elevator, and it's like in a curve. It's hard to describe, but you're about to see it in a second. But it's one of the scariest things you'll ever see, because it makes you feel like you're about to fall off. But the view was amazing on both ends. One was to the part of the Illinois side of the St. Louis River, and the other half was in downtown near Busch Stadium and Enterprise Center and the old dome where the Rams used to play. So that's basically where the tour ends in St. Louis, but it was pretty damn cool.
It's free sway, and that's what's making me nervous.
Thank you, man.
There's that creepy guy who's hanging. Oh no, that's towards the end.
What creepy guy?
The little monster who's hanging. Going back down isn't as bad as going up again.
Oh, looking, you know how I'm down.
No, I don't.
Oh my god. I feel like this thing's gonna snap.
Oh, that goes to like, boom. It's gonna scare you. I'm gonna scare you. That's what he said. I'm gonna get you.
Day 3 was a much more quieter day, and we basically stayed in the entire area of where we originally stayed on the first day in Kansas City. And we started the day off around 11:30 Central Time to go to the infamous Black Bear Diner, which had a 45-minute wait. And guess what? I must say, from experience as of now, it was so worth it. It was worth every penny going to that restaurant. And if I had the opportunity, I'd go back again. And then, of course, from there, we went to the stadium tour for Arrowhead. All right, so we are here at the Black Bear Diner in Kansas City. Can't wait to try it and see what we got going on here. And for some reason, the menu is a friggin' newspaper. It's insane. Honestly, I'm flabbergasted by it. So, we'll see how it goes. All right, so this is the Big Bob's Burger. It is huge. Got a lot of fries in it, but I'll survive. Right, and here we are. We're on our way to a tour around Arrowhead Stadium. This is gonna be fun, I can tell you that. Right away, folks. What you're about to see is probably one of the coolest experiences and probably one of the most likely outcomes of any opportunity I'll ever get in my life. So me, Brittany, and Tom got the opportunity to go onto the field at Arrowhead Stadium, you know, get pictures on the bench, get pictures by the field, go down to the Ring of Honor, basically get to see what the Chiefs do on their days off, you know, where they eat lunch together and where they practice and stuff like that. Got to sit in the luxury suite for the games. So it was a really wild experience, and I've never seen anything like it. And the Chiefs really presented themselves very well here, and you're going to see some really cool shots of this tour when we get to it. Our participation award, stadium tour participant. It's me, Brittany, and Tom. We're all about to go inside. You guys ready?
Yes.
Tom, you ready? All right, let's go inside and see what Arrowhead's all about. Wow. Arrowhead looks great.
It's right. It looks very like clean and
Oh, yeah. What you're looking at is the Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Fame, or as they call it, the Chiefs Wall of Honor. So basically, it's a collection of memorabilia since 1960, is which when the Chiefs first came into the NFL, when they were part of the original AFL conference with 8 other teams, with themselves and the Buffalo Bills. So they decided to form another league, and this is what we have, is the Chiefs. And you had teams like the Titans, who are now the Jets, the Houston Oilers, the LA Chargers, the Oakland Raiders, the Denver Broncos, etc. So that's basically who's in the original 8 for the AFL. So the Chiefs have a lot of memorabilia to provide for all those moments from those 50, 60 years in the league since the Chiefs came in. So it's pretty cool. So they have some stuff like Patrick Mahomes' like hoodie, the draft card when he was drafted in 2017 as the 10th overall. There are 2 Super Bowl trophies, the Lombardis. They have a bunch of other players too, like they had Trent Green, Tamba Hali, the Lakeland Dawson, etc. Derek Thomas, Travis Kelce, of course. So there's a lot of cool stuff to see in this area as part of the tour. But it was definitely interesting to see from our perspective being Bills fans. So I just wanted you guys to get a glimpse of it.
Both teams come out there. That's the only time Chiefs come out. At the end of half, at the beginning of half, and end of game, they come in and out right here. The locker room is right there. And we walk by the doors to get into the locker room. And they come to the edge. You guys want to go on? Take a look on the left side at the banners. Just go on up and stay off the grass, please. Just a real quick Chiefs. Just Chiefs.
Bills.
Don't hang it out because I know we love to go Chiefs. I know we love that.
How about those?
On this occasion, just a real quick Chiefs. So on 3, I'm gonna. When I say 3, everybody go Chiefs all at one time, and I just want you to hear it. 1, 2, 3. Chiefs! Now there's 25 people. You see that?
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time, 'cause I think it's pretty cool. On 3, 1. And I guarantee you that we could be louder. We need to show these Bills fans that tomorrow they can have 1,000 people. We still got 76. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Chiefs!
The next part of the tour was the end game press conferences, where Andy Reid comes and does his press conferences after each game, win or lose.
So see the double doors right there? Follow that hallway down. It's on the other side of the Chiefs.
Oh, Hollywood. Oh, sunshine.
Coach, what are you going to do after the game?
You're going to be smiling.
After a win tomorrow. This was pretty much the final stop of our tour, which was gone to the next day, day 4.
Coordinators are sitting down there.
Okay. Yeah, they got it. All right, so.
Man, oh man.
So let's see. So red L is to the
3 lanes. If there was one thing we learned from the 3 of us over the weekend about Kansas City, it's this. It's the fact that not only do the fans love the Chiefs, but they love their football in general. It's very big in college football, high school football, even the pros with the Chiefs. Let me tell you, man, we may have went to a Chiefs game, but this is a huge, huge football town. And you can ask anybody from the local supermarket or any local bar or restaurant you can think of in Kansas City. They will sit down with you for a good hour, maybe 2 if you're lucky, just to talk specifically about football. It's actually really cool. Go Bills!
Oh, there's your mouse mascot.
Yep. It was a cool overall experience being at Arrowhead Stadium all day today, meeting with a bunch of Chiefs fans and Bills fans, of course. Unfortunately, I didn't get any in-game video for you guys because of the fact I had no storage left. And, of course, I was using the majority of that film to make this video for you guys. So, yeah, that's what happened. And ultimately, I was able to get a quick snapshot of the end game, which was thank you to my wife Brittany for that, and the infamous tomahawk chop that Chiefs fans do at every home game, pre and after kickoff. It's pretty interesting to watch, really. I mean, the experience overall was really damn cool. Check it out. Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo!
Why are they actually going? Why aren't they just...
Having trouble here in the ball carrier.
See what I mean?
Throw your hands up and shout, throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Let's go, Buffalo!
Shout it right.
The Bills make me want to shout!
Come on, come on.
Let's go!
Come on and shout.
And it's official!
Buffalo's happy now. We're on the move. The Bills are happy now. They're making it happen now. Got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah.
The night after the game, which is day 5 of our trip, we hung around Kansas City for a couple of hours throughout the day, at least the majority of it, and we went to Arthur Bryant's, which is a very famous brisket shop in Kansas City, if not the first of its kind, and it's a worldwide phenomenon in the area, so it's highly respected, and people travel from all around the world to go to this place, including President Jimmy Carter and former President Barack Obama have been to this place. It's actually pretty ludicrous. After Arthur Bryant's for lunch, we decided to drive around downtown Kansas City and to see the city within itself. We drove through downtown, which was pretty simple, pretty quiet. It reminded me very little of Buffalo and a mixture of downtown Manhattan, sort of. It's pretty interesting to look at, too, from that perspective. There's a lot of history in that city. There's a lot of art history in there as well. So Kansas City is very notorious for that as well. And just driving around the city was actually pretty relaxing, if I'm being completely honest, especially, 24 hours after the Bills' big win over the Chiefs. So it actually felt really good to be driving around doing this. And here we are, our final stop of the year in Kansas City, Carrabba's Italian Grill. Let's go inside and let's see what they're all about. So, we are in our final stop of the trip for dinner, and we are at Carrabba's Italian Restaurant in Kansas City. Ready to do this? Bruh. I take that as yes. And Tom is ready? He's ready to do this. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, so it's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday morning in Kansas City, and Britt and I are about to leave our hotel for the trip, and we just want to say, thank you for joining us on this journey, and we're looking forward to getting home very soon. We'll be home in a few hours, and, like I said, it's been a ride, and I just want to thank the Kansas City citizens, and I want to thank the Kansas City Chiefs and their fans for the wonderful hospitality. Even though the Bills won that game, it was a thrill. I mean, as if, it's a possibility I could come back in a few years, but for the time being, this was a hell of a trip, and if I had a chance, I would do it all again if I had to. So, with that being said, I will see you back in Long Island. Take care, guys. It's a beautiful morning on our day of our departure back to Long Island, back to New York. And it's been a thrill. So we're just waiting for Tom to come pick us up, and then we'll be on our way to the airport, drop the car off, and then we say our goodbyes, and then we meet again in December when Tom comes back down to Long Island for the Islanders game in the near future for personal reasoning. But yeah, we're going to probably do this again next year in a different city. We just haven't decided what yet. But we'll figure that out down the road.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss this place with you guys, honestly. With you being here, Tom, and with Brittany being here. I'm honestly, you know, it's not the best place to live in the world, but it was definitely worth the trip for just the game itself and going to St. Louis and all that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's definitely one of those trips I'm definitely going to say I will never forget, for sure. Definitely no question about it. You know, it will definitely be worth a story worth telling your grandchildren in the future. So, wow. Absolutely. Yeah, Bills all the way, baby. Bills all the way. I think that's it. There's a better view of Kaufman in Arrowhead. Alright, there we go. Bye Kaufman Stadium. Bye Arrowhead. It was nice knowing you guys.
Here's the Kansas side originally.
This is the Missouri side.
Yep.
We're home, guys. We just landed off of LaGuardia from our flight from Kansas City to New York. We're officially home.